I'm slightly hungover, I'm not going to lie to you.
2 shots of vodka.
I look like, do you remember when Crystal Method did I'm Like a Bird?
Yes.
For the finale?
Yes.
I look like the bird. Racers, are you ready?
It's time for...
The Brit Stop! Hello, 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 and a huge fabulous welcome to the Brit Stop. I'm Nadia Business.
And I'm her best friend, Lorna. And today we're back and we're going to be talking about episode 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race UK. Woohoo!
Yes, that's right. We're going to be talking the highs, the lows, the tears, the tantrums, and of course, the looks and the lip syncs.
So certainly tears this week. What an emotional week for the queens.
Okay, bring the oxygen in, please.
So last week, we saw the departure of Cherry Valentine.
I know, and I was surprised. I thought she was going to last a hell of a lot longer.
I am shooketh.
So this week, the queens are walking back into the workroom, and this time there's only 10 of them. Of course, RuPaul appears, and it's time for the mini challenge, which this week is the Notting Hill Carnival.
Oh, fabulous. So it's a definite quick drag situation. Get in your quickest drag in carnival outfits for a limbo competition. The queens in full carnival regalia had to do this limbo competition. Oh my God, how do you think you're doing that, gal?
I'm not known for being flexible. So...
I mean, it's obvious to say, but the dancers of the group did the best, didn't they?
So Tace and Veronica win the mini challenge, and then Rue says, for your maxi challenge this week, I want you to join up with your best Judy in the competition. Now, Lorna, would you join up with me?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I would be running across that workroom and rugby tackling you to the ground.
Drag is not a contact sport.
We had Tace and Ahura, of course, partnered up. Veronica and Tia. We also had Ginny and Sister, and we also had Astina, Bimini, and then Ellie and Lawrence, the Scottish queens, came together, which I loved.
Yeah, there were no surprises in the pairings here. We're seeing alliances and bonding forming definitely in the competition already.
We're up for the banter.
So yes, once the queens picked their bestest Judies, they're then given the choices of boxes of different colours that obviously have the fabrics and things to make their outfits of those colours. And they were also told that they had to basically compete with their best Judies of who wore it best. So who wore the best colour? No, who wore the colour best? What do you think about they got paired up with their best friends? They got to choose their bestest friends in the competition. And then Rue throws a spanner in the works and decides to say, well, ladies, now you've got to compete against each other.
I do like a little bit of shade.
Like Tia says, you know, Rue's been saying, safe isn't a good place to be. Well, this week there's no safe. You're either in the top or you're in the bottom.
So everyone gets their boxes, opens them up, sees what materials they've got, and we got to find out real quickly who was struggling and who wasn't struggling. Who were the sewers? Who were the designers? Who had the sketches all laid out? Veronica Green. She studied the show before.
Yeah.
She knew exactly what she was doing.
You smart.
And then we also saw on the other side of things, those queens that were really struggling, that were definitely hot glue girls. And the obvious is Tace. She was really kind of nervous about this one, wasn't she?
I was, at one point in the workroom, quite worried for Tace. And I thought, are we going to see her in the bottom 2 for the second week running?
I mean, the moment where she sewed up a sleeve and didn't leave holes for a sleeve. Girl! Pressure
I wish
for
I could
Tace.
sew my mouth when I go to McDonald's. So one of the most important queens we watched this season, of course, was the gorgeous and talented Ginny Lemon. And Ginny's known for being kooky. We know this. But Rue challenges her this week to be sexy. Find that sexy self in Ginny Lemon.
Not to say that Ginny's not perfect as she is and her drag isn't just fabulous, but when you come onto RuPaul's Drag Race, you are encouraged to challenge yourself and do different looks and try something new. And if it's not for you, it's not for you, but at least you've tried it. And I think Ginny was such a clever queen. You could see the cogs wearing, and she just thought, I'm so uncomfortable with like being sexy with shapewear and having a breastplate. But she just was like, you know what, I'm going to challenge myself and I'm going to do it. I'm going to get out of my comfort zone, and good on her.
And we got to see as well Ginny talking to Sister and Bimini about her identity as a non-binary person. I thought that was such a great conversation. And especially when Bimini said, the right to self-identify is nobody's business but my own.
Absolutely, yeah.
I was overjoyed to see that conversation happen on national television.
So the first to the runway was the Queen's Taste and Ahura with the black outfits where they got the black box.
Looking at Taste's outfit, it was very punk. I liked it. It had edge. You know, it's clearly held together by safety pins and hot glue and desperation and prayer.
The only thing I'd say is that the horns have been done before. We saw Taste in her hometown look as the Welsh Dragon with those horns, and she's got them on again.
Ahura's look was so funny to me because as soon as she turned the corner, because I was just reminded of Sharon Needles in the Bitch Ball in season 4.
Yes! With the poodle.
With the poodle.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't my favourite look. I liked the drama of the train.
I did,
you know, the hair.
Maybe I wanted a different texture, something to break it all up, maybe a bit more skin showing. Yeah, a little bit disappointed. I expected a bit more.
We've got Team Pink with Ginny Lemon and Sister.
Yeah.
First up, we've got Ginny Lemon as we have never seen her before.
Incredible.
I mean, she's sexy.
Yeah, I mean, I hated the outfit, girl. I'm not gonna lie to you. I fucking hated it. It was basically some fabric wrapped around her. Listen, I loved the wig. I loved how she did her makeup, and such kudos for doing the shapewear. But my word, burn that dress, burn those yellow tights, and burn those awful shoes.
You ruined my night completely.
Anyway, so she was up against Sister. Gal, I don't hate this. What do you think?
I quite like it. It's fashion.
I actually love it when queens come out in trousers. If they can do it well, I love that because it's different. It's not a gown, and it's harder to make. I think well done. And I actually like the sleeves that kind of go with the kind of trousers. What I don't like is the pink circle. I didn't understand that.
I was just gonna say, the trousers in that material, I would never have known she made those in a day and a half.
No,
they look fantastic.
Impressive.
But the same material on the top makes that bit look cheap.
The Green Queens, right? Who comes out first? But Lancashire Rose, Veronica Green.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was so well made. You can tell that she can sew. She knows how to make a garment. Like, she's got lining in there. She's lined it. And it just gives that professional way. Like, all her edges and her seams are good. I mean, you can tell I've been watching, what is it? The Great British Bake Off Sewing Bee.
We're sort of x-raying into the bones of this garment.
Next up, we've got Tia Coffee and Baroness Basic. Tia Coffee.
She changed her mind on her design last minute.
What did she have before? What did she abandon for this? But I will say, I like the skirt.
The top just looked like an 80s gymnast. We go on to the Blue Queens, and Astina Mandela comes out in an ice skating outfit.
Her temptation was an anime girl.
Yeah.
With the hair, yeah.
So my problem with this is that I can tell that it's well made, but it just looks like off the rack. It just looks like a rah-rah skirt and then just, you know, a velvety top that you could just get anywhere. It wasn't designer.
Tia made more effort than that.
That's, yeah, and so did Ginny in her own special way. Oh my God, can I tell you my obsession continues with Bimini Bon Boulash. This queen comes around the corner in this designer Vivienne Westwood, Alexander McQueen blue concept. And I love it.
It's very spooky, but fashion, but sexy.
Adjectives.
And then she turns around.
Yeah.
And it's just lace at the back. It's so sexy. So next up, last on the runway, we have the Gold Queens, the Scottish Queens. We've got Ellie Diamond and Lawrence Chaney. First up is Ellie in this Marie Antoinette inspired leotard with cat sleeves.
I mean, it's not my favourite. It's also, I'm surprised she didn't get red for just a bodysuit. But I think because she had all the embellishments, it kind of distracted it. I didn't hate it, but what I would have done is maybe worn a different boot. That's what brought it for Panto for me, was that it looked a bit Puss in Boots. Oh my God, our other gorgeous Scottish queen came out in such a well-made gown. And it was just so classy but sexy. My only criticism, which is not a criticism to be honest, is that I didn't actually like the choice of wearing the white wig and having the white eyebrows. I thought it made her look older, but I think that's probably what she was going for anyway, so, you know.
I'd say she was going for the Golden Girls. So there was a concept there. So that didn't bother me. I was just in disbelief that had actually been made again in a day and a half and wasn't something she brought with her.
That compared to Ginny's tube. Bravo, Lawrence.
And she is, of course, the winner. And in the top, along with Ahura, Sister, Veronica Green, Bimini Bon Boulash, and she's the winner. I personally, as much as I love Lawrence, I would have gone with Bimini.
Oh my God, yeah. I think it was very, very close. I'm not mad that Lawrence won it. You know, she was amazing.
Anyway.
And who wore it worse, queens? Tace, Tia Coffee, Ginny Lemon, Astina Mandela, and then Ellie Diamond, who got the worst. They went back into the workroom backstage. So this was the Wore It Best queens, and there was a little bit of drama.
So Ahura, as we all already know, has a lot to say.
She is a bitch. B-I-C-T-H.
Ahura decides to come for Tia, saying, I don't think she should be here. You know, I'm getting bored of what I'm seeing. And Veronica is not having any of it.
It isn't fair that, you know, Ahura was having a pop at Tia when Tia wasn't in the room. The thing is with Tia Coffee is that she's just the most gorgeous personality. She has so much humility, so much humour. In her heart of hearts, she already knows that her outfit was so rubbish. She came back in and she knew there's animosity among some queens around her.
I think she's mature enough not to let it bother her. It was a very emotional runway, you know, mainly for the three that would end up in the bottom three. Because as we see, Rue declares Tace and Ellie, which is quite right, the best of the bad.
Yeah.
And they are, of course, safe.
So then it got down to Tia Coffee, Ginny Lemon, and Astina Mandela.
These are talented and incredible queens at the top of their game. But of course, this is RuPaul's Drag Race, and there has to be a lip sync for your life. And the queen that is saved from that is Ginny Lemon.
Yeah.
Based on her outfit, was a bit of a shock.
I think what saved her was how much Rue appreciates queens that listen to her and take Rue's advice and challenges themselves to do something different and out of the box. And I think that bravery definitely saved Ginny. We have then Astina Mandela and Tia Coffee lip-singing for their lives to the absolute incredible Dua Lipa's Do a peepers. Do a little pepper. Don't Start Now, I believe. Love that tune. As soon as it kicked in, I was just like waving my hands up in the air.
Don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring.
I was so relieved to get a really good lip sync song because you know how much I hated Memories last week.
We all thought we knew how this was gonna go. Astina, who is a dancer.
A professional dancer.
Professional. Come on, Shangela.
Come on, Shangela. Let us just say that. Professional dancer. I couldn't wait. I literally was like, yes, I'm going to see Astina dance. And you know how much I love a dancing queen.
Oh, yes.
Alyssa Edwards. I wanted tricks, I wanted flicks, I wanted splits, I wanted drops, I wanted shablams, I wanted it all.
Don't care how, I want it now.
And what did we get?
I was disappointed. There's been this huge build-up to what she can do as a dancer, but what she's been saying didn't live up to the performance she gave in that lip sync.
I mean, don't get us wrong. Her dancing was beautiful. It was perfect. It was very placed, and it was almost like the heart wasn't there, and she was just so professional and so perfect. Whereas you had on the other side Tia Coffee, who isn't a dancer, but can definitely do some moves, but really interpreted the song and made some really funny gags. She had more heart, didn't she? It felt more entertaining for me with Tia.
Sell the goddamn song, and that is what Tia did. At the end of the lip sync, I personally still didn't know what was going to happen.
Producer Joe called it. I've got to say, he called it, and he just said, I think this is going to be a shocker. I think Astina's going to go. And that's what happened, didn't it, babe? Tia Coffee won the lip sync against Astina Mandela. Oh my God.
She was the first challenge winner of this season. And I think for a lot of people, she was a front runner to win the crown.
I cannot wait for next week when all those queens that doubted Tia Coffee has to face her, especially Ahura.
Next week, with all the surprises we've been getting, I think it's going to be RuPaul that's eliminated. So I'm just...
Another amazing week with an absolute gag at the end once again.
I would just like to say, on a personal note, happy birthday! It's Monday the 1st of Feb, and it's Lorna's birthday. Happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday, baby. Thank you so much for tuning into the Brit Stop episode 3 with me, Nadia Business.
And me, Lorna!
And don't forget to follow us across all socials. Right here, Producer Joe, work your magic.
And make sure you are buckled in for Thursday's episode 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race UK on BBC iPlayer, and then come back to us the following Monday. Let us know what you think. Who are your favourites? What designer? What did you love?
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with using the hashtag #DragRaceUK. We can't wait to hear your thoughts. And Lorna, I can't wait to see you next week for episode 4 of the Brit Stop.
Ta-ra, bye-bye. I love you.
Bye. Roll credits!